Hello, Instagram world.
Hey everyone! As promised, we are here to do an Instagram Live. Basically, just a little update about what we have in store for 2023. We have some pretty exciting things that have kind of
Just
fallen in our schedule.
It's come together. It's going to be a pretty amazing year, a bucket list year for sure. A little scared because it's some grand adventures and some great content creating.
Yeah.
So
We're just going to give it a minute and kind of let you guys hop on. We're seeing quite a few of you. Hi. You can say hi down in the comments below. And of course, as we are chit-chatting, we're going to be talking about some of the adventures we have upcoming, as well as kind of a sneak peek announcement of some of the group trips that we have coming up to be announced soon for 2023 and 2024, as well as just some casual Ask Me Anything. So if you guys have any questions or you're curious about any of the stuff that we're talking about, just pop it in the comments and we'll see it kind of jump up on the screen here while we're talking.
yeah, it's going to be pretty casual. We just wanted to say hi, give an update before we head off on the crazy adventures. One huge thing, as always, our adventures and our travels are protected by our partners, Allianz Travel Insurance. We've used them for years. It's extremely important, guys. If you're not traveling covered, go get travel insurance to cover any of your adventures, even if it's just a quick vacation.
Yeah, we always have travel insurance, and we've sure used it a lot the past couple of years. Travel's just not the same post-pandemic, so that's a really good tip, and we definitely encourage that.
And we're a week out going to our first destination, and that's Patagonia.
Yeah, so this time next week we will be on an airplane to Santiago, Chile, where we're going to then fly down to Puerto Natales and visit the Chilean side of Patagonia, which is an area we have not been to.
Yep.
A few years back, we went to Argentinian Patagonia, and we hiked Fitzroy and Cerro Torre. We did a 5-day base camp backcountry backpacking and camping trip, which was pretty amazing.
It was mind-blowing.
So this time we'll be on the Chilean side, which is arguably more famous, in the national park called Torres del Paine. And so we'll be hiking there. We're going to hike the famous W Trek. So we've got 5 days there with Hotel Las Torres.
We're excited.
And we're pretty excited about that. That just kind of came together last minute.
Yeah,
so we've been just like working out like crazy and trying to get legged up for this hike. The good thing is it's not at altitude, so that will be nice.
Should be pretty easy.
And then the main reason we're going to South America is that we're going back to Antarctica.
Yep.
Which is pretty insane. David and I first went back in 2018. And we did the 12-day Antarctic Peninsula trip that also goes to the South Shetland Islands. Last year, I went back with a female group trip, mostly female group trip, to the Antarctic Peninsula as well. So that was my second trip. And on March 10th, we are boarding an expedition ship in Ushuaia to do a 21-day trip to the Antarctic Peninsula, to South Georgia, and to the Falkland Islands. So we are extremely excited about this. It's definitely a bucket list trip. Antarctica's kind of in our veins now.
Yep.
We're those people who go to Antarctica and want to go a million times. So that's pretty exciting. I would say that's probably the biggest news that we have, is that we're going to be doing that in a few short days.
So we might be a little bit off the grid. You guys know us. We do quite a bit of adventures off the grid. So, be patient with us. We are going to showcase it. It more than likely will not be live, but...
Yeah, satellite internet doesn't work great in Antarctica, so no surprise, I'm sure, to most of you. So once we get back from that, we'll be gone the entire month of March. So we'll be the first 9 days in Patagonia, and then we are going to be 21 days on an expedition ship. Like I said, Antarctica, South Georgia, Falkland Islands. And then we will fly back from Ushuaia and Buenos Aires, get back home like April 1st. So we are literally going to be gone an entire month.
Yep.
And then we'll be home for a couple weeks. I'm going to head off to the Dominican Republic with my mom and my
Girls
sister.
trip.
It's a girls' trip.
Girls
it's a
trip.
vacation.
We do trips like that every now and then that you guys don't see. It's just...
Because, we don't travel enough for work. We have to travel for fun, too.
Yeah.
But then we're going to kick off a couple of group trips, actually.
Yeah.
We're taking a group to Peru, and I know we're taking 2 groups to Peru, actually.
Yep. There's been quite a bit of unrest, news,
so
unsettlement.
There's been some civil unrest going on in Peru, but it is resolving. Machu Picchu is reopening again this week, and the Peruvian government is reopening for tourism, which is pretty exciting. And so that should give plenty of time for things to iron out, and we'll still be going with our group trip to hike the Inca Trail first. So we're going to do a 8-day trip starting in Lima and then heading up to Cusco, and then taking a group on the Inca Trail to Machu Picchu, which is going to be fabulous. It's an amazing hike.
It's going to be a small personal group.
Yeah, it's a very small group. It's
locally
a private
led
group.
by the best operators that operate on the Inca Trail. We're really excited to showcase that to our followers and friends.
Yeah, and then David and I are going to hop on an airplane and actually fly further inland to Peru to a place called Puerto Maldonado, which is a Amazon rainforest town. And we will be meeting 6 of our intrepid group trippers to take them deep into the heart of the Amazon jungle for a week of photographing primates, birds, jaguars, everything that you can see in the Amazon.
Tarantulas.
Yeah, it's going to be...
otters.
This will be our 3rd visit to this area.
It's a place we love.
It's absolutely amazing. Yeah. It's some of the best wildlife
and we have
we've
one
ever
of the
done.
best guides, birding guides in the world that we've been out with many of times because we're birding nuts. Some people know that about us. Some people
But I mean,
don't.
he was born and raised in the Amazon, and his ability to detect wildlife in the Amazon is just unparalleled. Like, you will be standing there, and he's just like, "Oh, do you see that dart frog?" And we're like, "What?"
He's an icon.
And he sees things everywhere that you would never see. So I'm really excited to bring a group of people to experience the Amazon with him.
And he's an icon that opened up travel with the indigenous tribes.
Yeah, he was able to marry indigenous tribal population with tourism in the area and develop a sustainable indigenous forward program for spending time in the Amazon. So we're really excited to support that initiative and also bring 6 people. We capped the group at 6 on purpose. We have a wait list for this trip because we want to have it be very intimate, and we need to be able to be quiet and move slowly in a small, unthreatening way through the Amazon, so we have the best chance at seeing the best wildlife. So that's why we're only taking 6 people.
So
if it goes well.
What are you most excited about for that one?
I love the macaws. So it's the best place in the world to see scarlet macaws.
It's literally like helicopters, them flying over you to the clay lake.
Yeah, it's so loud. They're like, rah, rah,
it's wild.
Rah, and they're eating the clay, and so it's going to be amazing. We're excited to share that with people.
Yeah.
And then I'm turning 40 this year, which is insane.
You don't look it, babe.
Oh. So I'm planning to spend my 40th birthday in Central Asia. Going back to Central Asia to visit a new country.
Or 2.
We'll have more on that later. Possibly 2 new countries. But that's what's going on at the end of May, beginning of June. We're also going to go to Oklahoma in June.
Yep, we're excited for that one.
Kind of an exciting project. We're going to be working with the Chickasaw Country tribal nation to promote tourism through indigenous tourism in Oklahoma. So that should be a really fun project for us. And then in July, we are heading to the Arctic.
Yep.
So not only are we going to be in the Antarctic,
we're doing the Arctic. Just do it all. Just do it. It's pretty amazing. What do we got there?
So we are going to be doing we're working on settling the itinerary right now, but more or less going to be spending 2 weeks living on an expedition ship, exploring all the nooks and crannies and far reaches of the Norwegian archipelago of Svalbard.
Yeah.
which sits way, way, way above the Arctic Circle, up near about 80 degrees north, which is pretty far up there.
And
Next stop's the North Pole.
And that one's all about polar bears, hidden spots.
Walruses, foxes, reindeer, beluga whales, whatever we can find. And big ice and dramatic landscapes. So that's what we'll be up to in July. In October, because we haven't, gotten enough of the polar regions, we're going to Churchill.
Yay! This has been a trip. 4 years done. We had it scheduled pre-pandemic, and the pandemic derailed it. Just because they have a lot of bookings, it's really hard to get into. So they had rollover, and us media, we kind of get shelved on that rollover.
Yeah.
But finally, it's happening. We're excited, more polar bears.
We're super excited. We're going with Natural Habitat Adventures, which is the leader, worldwide in wildlife adventures. And so we're super excited about that partnership and about the opportunity to finally go to Churchill. Yeah. But another exciting thing off of that is that it's opening up the gateway for us to actually lead a Churchill group trip in November of 2024. So I kind of skipped ahead.
So that kind of means you.
So that means we're going to want you guys to have the opportunity for you guys to actually go to Churchill with us in November of 2024. But we'll have more on that later. And then kind of rounding out the year in terms of exciting stuff, obviously we'll have some more stuff fill in, which I know sounds crazy, but that's the life of a travel blogger.
Yep.
But December, we're going to be doing a sailing trip in the Persian Gulf in the Middle East.
Yes, I'm excited for this one.
So we're going to be discovering places like Oman and United Arab Emirates and Bahrain and Qatar.
Super cool.
And that is going to be very interesting and a bunch of unique and new places for us that we're excited about. I think someone's asking, let's see, where is that? Churchill, that's what you mean, is in Manitoba in Canada, and it is the #1 place in the world to view polar bears.
Yes.
You can also see them in Svalbard in Greenland, but literally the best place to see them is Churchill, Manitoba, Canada, and that's on the Hudson Bay, and it's because the polar bears actually den in the polar bears actually den in Churchill and the surrounding area during the summer months. And then when it starts to get cold out, they emerge from their dens, and then they're waiting for the ice to come in because they're pack ice animals. They're actually aquatic. And so it's literally the best place in the world to see polar bears.
And it's pretty exciting because we're planning these adventures in the best times for wildlife viewing. Like Antarctica, this is the best time. You got to think of it as the Great Migration. Everybody's getting down there, they're feeding, they're getting as fast as they can, and then they're going to head out.
And then they're going to swim all the way back north.
It's the same. It's the same with up Churchill. It's finally getting to be nice weather. They're all trying to get fat. They're all out and about. That's the best time to see them.
So they're waking up and they're anxious to get out on the ice. And, as the Hudson freezes, it allows them to go further out into the bay where they can hunt seals and, whatever they're looking for. And so it's an exciting time of the year to be up in Manitoba to see polar bears. That's what's exciting about Churchill. So that's kind of an overview of what we have going on for this year. I did want to touch in about our upcoming group trip announcements. Yeah. So we have been sending a lot of emails.
Yeah, we've been putting feelers out there to destinations we love, destinations that we know true to our brand, where we can provide an outstanding adventure for you, a unique adventure for you, because that's important to us. Yeah. And we've had quite a bit come back. And we're actually quite excited for a few of them that have fallen together.
Yeah, so we're having some conversations. We're trying to put group trips together, like David said, that are very true to our brand, that are with partners that we believe in, that we've used ourselves, that
are sustainable, can provide a heck of an adventure, use local operators.
And that allow us to custom build things, because that's one of the things that, really hallmarks why you would want to take one of our trips is, you know, we've been to these places before. We know where all the good stuff is, and we know how to put together an itinerary that is going to just blow your mind. It's not just a cookie cutter itinerary. So that's what we're really looking for when we're going out and building group trips for you guys. But anyways, one of the things that we're excited is that this Arctic trip that we have coming up this summer, we're going to be able to offer an opportunity for you guys to actually jump on board and join us on that trip. It's not going to be run like a conventional group trip.
Yeah, not like a normal Divergent Travelers trip.
It's not going to be a Divergent Travel Trips, but it is an opportunity for you to join an expedition in the Arctic on a ship that David and I will actually be on at a special price. At least that's what we're hoping. That's what we're trying for you guys.
That's in the works.
That's in the works right now. So we're hoping once we get back from Antarctica, we'll be able to give you more details on that. Another one that we're actively working on and we're getting really close to being able to announce it is a group trip to the Galapagos.
Yay! I love it.
Which has been
sea lions,
highly
penguins,
requested.
iguanas.
A lot of people are asking us to run a group trip to the Galapagos. Dave and I spent 2 weeks on a very immersive live aboard in the Galapagos a few years back, and so we have a pretty good pulse on, you know, how to give you guys the best 8 days. Yes. We're going to kind of meet in the middle of an 8-day trip, but we're going to charter a private yacht for Divergent Travel Trips, which will just be our group. It's only going to be open to 14 people. So you'll definitely want to, if you're interested in that, definitely want to head over to our Instagram page, Divergent Travel Trips, and like us over there, because we make all of our group trips announcements there first, and then we make them over here. We're also running pre-sale signups for this stuff as well. So if you click on the link in our bio over here on Divergent Travelers, it'll take you to our group trips page, and we have pre-sale link sign up there. Let's see, I have a question. September. End of September for Galapagos.
Just best time
around
of
the
year.
last week. There's a chance you can see whales in September, which means you can kind of snorkel in the vicinity of whales, which is really, really cool.
The snorkeling's out of the world.
It's also prime.
Out of the world.
It's also prime time for being able to see penguins, Galapagos penguins.
I thought you were gonna say. Boobies.
There's
Everybody wants
lots
to
of
see
boobies
boobies
in the Galapagos.
There's blue-footed,
Not the
red-footed.
dirty ones.
Yeah. Our goal is to put together an amazing Galapagos trip that showcases all the unique wildlife. Not all trips, people don't realize this, not all trips you get to see all the different birds.
And I mean, in 8 days, it's still going to be a challenge, but we're still going to get you out to see some of the cooler spots in the Galapagos. We're working with a company pretty closely, actually, to develop a custom itinerary for you guys, which is a huge ask. So, and not something that you could conventionally book. It's a lot of work to get something like this done because there's a lot of bureaucracy and permits. It's all governed by the national park, rightly so.
Yep.
And so for us to be able to even deviate from things is
tough.
It's tough, but it's really amazing too. So keep an eye out for Galapagos group trip, end of September 2023. The other one that we're actively working on is a group trip to Egypt.
Yeah, this one I'm excited for too.
Yeah.
I love Egypt. I mean, we've spent, probably 2 months total in Egypt?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty close.
So we know it pretty dang well. I'm excited for the new museum maybe finally happening.
Allegedly, the new Egyptian museum is supposed to be opening this summer, but they've been saying that since like 2017, so we'll see. But yeah, Egypt's a place we know intimately. It's another destination that we've been getting a lot of requests for. The people that went with us to Jordan last October
It blew their minds.
Couldn't believe the amount of things that we were able to show them in a 9-day trip. People thought of Jordan as Petra only and left thinking like Petra's great, but wow, Jordan's amazing. And that's exactly what we're striving to do with a trip to Egypt. So yeah, the pyramids are there, but let me tell you, there's a whole lot more, and it's pretty amazing. So we're developing a custom itinerary right now with a local operator that we have worked with in the past. And so we are working on putting together that for November of 2023.
Yep. We found November the best time
November,
from when we visited.
yeah, in our opinion, November is literally the best time to be in Egypt. You don't have any risk of, they get really bad smog and like dust storms in the Middle East certain times of the year where you can't like see anything. It's like total sand out. And then it gets super, super hot because it's in the desert. And so November is kind of like this perfect sweet spot where you're not going to have any smoke, you're not going to have any sand, you're not going to have low-hanging smog, and you're not going to have that like super intense heat where you just can't stand being outside. And so, that's why we're picking November. And then we are also putting together a group trip to Patagonia. So it will be probably a combination of exploring, it's Chilean Patagonia, of exploring Torres del Paine, like David and I are going to do at the beginning of March here.
Pay attention, kids.
Yep, so you'll want to pay attention to our coverage. So it's going to be a combination of hiking and also non-hiking adventures. Some lodge-based and some refugios, for the hiking stuff that we're going to do. But it's going to be a very immersive, beautiful opportunity for you to come to Patagonia with us. So we're looking at February of 2024 for that. And we're just telling you guys this so you can kind of have it on your radars.
Have an idea.
We haven't officially announced it, but, that's kind of where we're at with that.
And then we have...
as you know, we're taking a group to Antarctica in March of 2024.
Sold out.
That trip is sold out. But we are going to be offering more trips to Antarctica. We're in the works right now of working on one to go to Antarctica and South Georgia, similar to the one we're doing here in March. So stay tuned for that because we're hoping to be able to release that in April or May to give you guys enough lead time for anyone who wants to join. We do have payment plans for these more expensive trips. And so you can think about it. It's a lot of money to spend, but let me tell you, it's epic.
And that one we haven't got the dates yet because they haven't released the Antarctic dates, period.
End of March, beginning of April, they're going to release them, and then we'll be able to figure out what dates we want for that. But that's going to be like the 24-25 Antarctica season. And then, like we already mentioned, we're currently in discussions about being able to offer a group trip to Churchill in November 2024.
So keep an eye out on that adventure too.
And that's going to come out soon. I mean, we're hoping to have that nailed out in the next month or so to be able to give you guys time to plan for that and take advantage of payment plans.
For sure.
For a trip like that.
Yeah.
So that's...
some exciting stuff.
We have a lot going on. Both in our own travels and trying to plan group trips for you guys to get out and explore the world and, let us be your hosts, come and spend some time with us and see things, our way and do some cool stuff.
Dare diverge.
You guys like David's new hat? Look at this. When he looks up, it's penguin feet.
Yeah, I worked during the meeting today and they're kind of like, that's awesome. Yeah.
He's getting ready for Antarctica.
Oh, I've been in Antarctic mode for ages.
Oh my gosh. So we live in northwest Wisconsin and we have a lot of snow and it's been very cold. No, I'm telling them. He's been outside practicing for the polar plunge.
Climatizing.
Like, I'm not even kidding you. Like, he's out there in his swim trunks jumping into snowbanks. Like, people think he's insane. And yeah, he's sober.
It's fun. It's good to get out. Funny. All right.
But yeah, if anyone has any questions about any of that we were just discussing, or if you just have any general travel questions, feel free to pop them in the comments down below and we will answer them.
Yeah, or direct message us. It's all good. We'll definitely message you back or email you, or if you want to jump on a phone, let's chat. It's all good.
Yeah, if you have a specific destination question too, like our websites are always a really great resource. I know a lot of people follow people like David and I on Instagram and don't ever make it over to their websites, but we run a pretty big travel blog and it's got a lot of information. Like, we've been to over 100 countries, all 7 continents, and we've written about most of it.
Yeah.
So if you're planning a trip somewhere,
Definitely
check it out.
Vacation.
You know, we've got, it's pretty easy to navigate on the top. We also have search bars. So if you're looking for specific travel advice, like, it's all written by David and myself about our own travel experiences. So,
and I also recommend, checking us out on Facebook. We run things a little bit different on Facebook, where we actually showcase a little bit more of the adventure, kind of tell a little bit of the story. Also check us out on Twitter. Twitter is very active. Same with good old Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, we do stuff on TikTok. I'm not really into the dancing trends, but we post travel stuff over there.
It's all good.
We just live and we breathe travel and everything about it. And so that's just what we try to put out into the universe, at least try to share, at least what we see of this great world with everybody else.
Well, that's what we love doing.
Yeah. Try to inspire you guys to, make some plans based on maybe some of the content that you see that we put up. And, that's really what we're striving for. It's just to get people to get out and see the world more.
Dream, dare, diverge.
Dream, dare, diverge. Yes, that's our slogan.
And thank you for spending your night, afternoon, whatever it is in your neck of the world.
Yeah, it's late here. Well, I shouldn't say it's late. I mean, I guess I'm turning 40. So it's 8:30, and this is my wind down time.
So we're going to end things, guys. There you go. I can speak. Once again, thanks for joining us.
If you have any questions or you're interested in any of the group trips that we have upcoming, send us a message, and we'll be happy to give you any information. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. And we have one thing. Where are you now? We're in Wisconsin.
We're in northern Wisconsin. We're supposed to get pummeled in the next few days with snow.
Oh yeah, Winter Storm Olive.
Yeah, they named it. That's kind of cool.
It's heading our way right now. Which they said we were going to get like 9 to 16 inches. So
yeah,
we'll see. It's okay. We don't have anywhere to be.
No,
so...
we have a week of packing and then we're off. So it's going to be quick pack.
Yeah, we have 1 week to pack for 10 days in Patagonia and 21 days in Antarctica.
That's tough. Because we got hiking gear, backpacks,
photography
gear,
video gear,
Antarctica, hard
hiking
shells,
gear.
rain shed.
Yes, all the layers. So yeah, it's going to be a project. We're probably going to be packing for the next week. Yes, get your snowshoes. Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks to everyone for jumping on our live. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us directly. We personally answer all of our direct messages and comments and emails.
It's us.
So yeah, have a good night and happy travels.